Well, hi, everybody. This is Harlan Kilstein, and you may hear me cough from time to time. We're in the process of recovering from surgery, and it hasn't been the easiest thing going, but I'm not hiccuping anymore, and that's a really good thing. So we're going to go, and first of all, I always like to check because you never know with GoToWebinar. Can you guys hear me? I don't just ask, whatever for the sake of it. Can you hear me? Okay. And and can you see my screen that it says, okay? Thank you much to all of you who are responding. It's very, very important to know that. And also, sometimes people let us know, it's happened that sound has gone out. And so go ahead, if that happens, type it in, and if it's a bunch of people, Glenna will let me know, and we'll try and figure out. Otherwise, it might need you to go off and come back on. But generally, first of all, thanks a lot. And my good friend Mark just says, need tips on recovery? I'm always available to you. Thank you so much, Mark. All right. Appreciate that. Okay, everybody. So let me tell you what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about a marketing method that is probably new to most of you. I suspect that many of you, in fact, even most of you have heard it, and some of you may be using it, but the percentage of you who are using it and seeing success with it for marketing, I would dare say, is 1% or less. This is a question that I've been asking for a very long period of time. And I've been asking people, well, how do you market with this program? And everybody says, you can market with that program? I didn't know that. So what we are doing tonight is, for most of you, is going to be uncharted ground. And not only am I going to identify the program as we go on, I'm also going to be sharing with you valuable hints about using the program. So in exchange for that, I just ask you to pay attention. If you have questions, you know to type them in. We will get to questions typically at the end. We'll check in with you to make sure that you follow what's going on. But this is new. You probably have not heard this before, and almost certainly you're not using this in your marketing yet, although you may after tonight. So with that, let's jump in with the discussion that I started today in an email called The Elephant on a Train. And this is about no-cost marketing. So my friend tells a story about a man who had a pet elephant, and he wanted to take his elephant home with him. And the only way to get through to his home was on the train. So he walks into the train station with his elephant on the leash, and he goes up to the ticket window and says to the man, I need a ticket for myself and whatever I need to do to pay for a space for my elephant. And the man at the ticket window points to the sign on the wall, and the sign on the wall says rather clearly, no elephants on trains. So he said, excuse me, I need to take the elephant on the train because it's the only way to get the elephant home. And the clerk says, can't you read the sign, no elephants on trains? Well, the man's really disappointed because he's got to get the elephant home. But on the other hand, the sign does say rather clearly, no elephants on trains. So he gives a tug on the leash and says to the elephant, come with me. And they go outside the train station and they sit down and they begin to figure things out. And the man looks out from across the train station and he sees that there is a Home Depot there. And he's looking at the Home Depot and he looks at the elephant And he remembers that they sell wood at Home Depot. So he goes, "Come on, elephant." And they walk across the street. He ties his elephant on the leash outside, says, "I'll be back," and goes inside and comes out with a lot of wood. And he borrows some hammers, some nails, and he builds a huge box and he puts it on very sturdy casters. He finds some straw. He throws it into the box. He gets the elephant to go into the box. He closes up the box. He says to the elephant, "Don't worry, we'll be okay. We're going on to the train." And he goes up to the window and says, "Hey, I need a ticket and I need to put my box in the baggage car." And the man looks at the box and says, "Okay, that'll be $50 for your ticket and $25 for your box. Just wheel it down to the baggage car." So he wheels it down to the baggage car. The porters take the baggage, the box, and push it up the ramp onto the train. They close the door of the train. He gets on board, and that's how he got his elephant on the train. Now, what you have to do, and the meaning of the elephant on the train, is sometimes you have to do things that are in plain sight. And marketing sometimes is very much in your face, and it can be annoying. But the method that we're going to be talking about tonight is like the elephant on the train. You don't really realize at all that um, uh, that that it's there at all. I actually thought about calling this webinar subconscious marketing because people don't really understand or realize that you are marketing at all when you use this method. It is certainly not an in-your-face method. It's certainly not an in-your-face method, yet it's subtle and it works. So who's ready right now to learn about a little bit more about this secret way of marketing? Okay, let's go. Getting lots of yeses. All right, so here we go. I want to start with the life cycle of Twitter. And if this sounds familiar, I want you to type in the word sounds familiar. Okay? When Twitter started, the gurus jumped all over it. People wanted Twitter followers more than anything in the world. People started buying Twitter followers and getting, I have 10,000 Twitter followers. I have 50,000 Twitter followers. People started auto-tweeting. There were bots that would auto-tweet for you. You would program them, and they would just start tweeting and tweeting and tweeting. Some people tweeted inspirational messages nonstop. These were bots that had a huge directory of inspirational messages, and they just sent them out every few hours according to your program. You didn't have anything to do with it, and people just saw all of these tweets. Um, um, People said, "Hey, I'm on Twitter to make money," so they started tweeting sales messages nonstop. After a while, you looked at your Twitter feed and you ask yourself the question, who are all these people? Then you started getting spammy direct messages. Everybody and their brother started, if you followed them and they followed you, they could direct message you. And you just started getting all annoyed with all these direct messages trying to sell you something that you didn't want to buy. Eventually, the Twitter feed was nonstop sales messages mixed with nonstop inspirational messages. The noise to value ratio was really high. People didn't form relationships, and then eventually they gave up on Twitter. For how many people does that sound familiar? People bringing up bad memories sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. I did it. Exactly right. Yeah, this is what happened to me. It's still happening today. I only ever use Twitter to build relationships. Uh, I like that noise to value relationship. And people are saying, okay, yes, this is exactly what happened. However, for the people who built relationships, Twitter became a valuable way to connect. Twitter became a way to meet the top people in your niche, and they were open to meeting you on Twitter. And people began making serious money with Twitter. But the gurus had moved on because they had pretty much destroyed Twitter and they moved on. Where did they move to? They moved to Facebook. So let's look at what they did on Facebook. The gurus jumped all over it. People wanted Facebook fans more than anything. They started buying Facebook fans. They started auto posting. The same auto inspirational messages were coming nonstop. They started posting sales messages nonstop with Autobots. People started Facebook ads. They would start a page, and all they would do is nonstop ads. There was no value at all, and Facebook gave backlash. It started disabling accounts. It started disabling pages. It started cutting back on organic views because of all of the spam posting. Many, if not most of the gurus were kicked off Facebook. Yep. Not only did they lose their advertising accounts, but many of them lost their personal accounts as well. They were just kicked off. And as a result, Facebook ended up shutting down some innocent accounts. I spoke to someone who was in one of my programs who said they did almost nothing and Facebook took away their account and basically said, you're gone and don't come back. Did they do anything evil? No. It's just that this is what happens when you have a marketing medium and it's abused. And when you abuse a system, the system bites back. But for the people who built real relationships, Facebook became a very valuable way to connect. I can tell you that I've met in person many friends that I've made on Facebook. I've traveled around the country and spoken on the phone many, many times, and really, built some lifelong friendships with people that I've made on Facebook. And people make serious money with Facebook if they follow the rules and they don't abuse them. But the funny thing is that the gurus had moved on, and in many cases, they moved back to Twitter, which has God knows how many hundreds of millions of fake accounts. So this is what's happened when a system is abused. So I'd like to introduce you to the system that right now is hotter than anything out there. It's so hot that even the White House is using it to cover President Obama's trip to Alaska. Why? Because it is the fastest growing element of social media, but everyone is doing it wrong, or nearly everyone, as I'm about to show you. Most people use it for selfies and sharing. As a matter of fact, I was having a conversation with Sandra in my office today, and Sandra said, "You can sell on Instagram? How can you do that? I thought you just post photos." Most people have no idea that it can be used for marketing. People wander around blindly, not knowing how to use it. Yet there are many people and businesses that became successful only through Instagram. And let me tell you the most important thing about it, and that is that Instagram is cost free. Using Instagram for selling is cost free. How many people would be interested in learning about cost-free selling on Instagram? How many people? Okay, so pay attention because I'm not just going to talk about it, I'm also going to show you how to do it. Okay, so remember, we're going into the meat now. Please make sure that you are focused here. Shut down your email. Don't text message. Don't go anywhere because you're going to miss the meat of the lesson. Here we go. I want to introduce you to Jen Selter. Now, Jen Selter, how many people know who Jen Selter is? Can you identify her? Most people say no. No idea. No, most people, not a single person knows who she is. Okay. Sherry says she's adorable though. Okay. Um, okay. There's Jim and and Lee says Brett Favre tried to date her, and Tony says she has the best butt in the world. Okay. So the answer is that is correct. Jen Selter is known for her butt, and she has 7 million followers on Instagram. A little over a year ago, she had 2 years ago she had 1.4 million, and this has grown exponentially. And basically, what she does is post pictures of her butt. And 98% of the pictures, here you see one of her facing the camera, but 90% of the pictures are of Jen posting pictures of her butt. If you go to her website, she collects email addresses, and she has an email collection of millions of emails of people who come and want special pictures of her butt. Now, she went from Instagram to television, where she taught Barbara Waters how to take selfies, a selfie of her butt. She was featured in Vanity Fair magazine. She was featured in New York magazine. She got a fitness column in a major newspaper. She is a celebrity fitness training, and she's also probably gotten a few thousand marriage proposals. But Jen Selter built up an entire career making money as a celebrity for zero marketing dollars. Zero marketing dollars. And I want you to know that people can do the same thing even if your butt doesn't look like, if your butt looks more like mine than looks like hers, you can still get thousands and thousands of followers and make money. It's not all about a butt. Let's take a look at another group. This company is called Shreds. Shreds. Shreds has more posts than Jen, and they have, it's a business, they have 1.5 million followers. Shreds sells supplements, and in a very short period of time, Shreds has become a multi-million dollar business selling supplements via Instagram. Okay? And the story of Shreds is they built a multiple 7-figure business quickly. There is zero advertising cost on Instagram. They gathered followers, they converted followers into fans, they converted fans into buyers, and I'm going to repeat, zero marketing costs on Instagram. Let me ask you a question. Is there anywhere else in the world that you could build a multiple seven-figure business without spending a dime on marketing? People are saying no, not that I know of. No way. I can't think of one. I doubt it. Now, the thing about this is that any business that I know of that has tried Instagram and figured out the secret code that Instagram doesn't teach you has become a huge success. Okay, now politicians are using it. I mentioned Obama is using it. Mark mentions that Trump is using it. They're using it because there are millions, hundreds of millions of people are using Instagram every single day. Now, my local gym has more than doubled his business with Instagram, and I'm going to give away his strategy. I know that there are a lot of people here, like Sherry, like Lee, who have local businesses. So let me tell you exactly what they do on Instagram. He finds people following rival gyms in the area and follows them. Most people follow him back and then follow his feed. In a very short time, they find his special offers and make their way into the gym. I don't know why I said June, but okay. His classes are filled to capacity and people are turned away. Literally, if you do not reserve your class online and you go to one of his classes, there is a really good chance that you're going to be closed out. Doubling your business with zero marketing cost is just an incredible way of doing business. Now, he used Facebook to help grow his business and get it to where it was, but even faster than using Facebook was the success that he had using Instagram. Why? Because he went local and he targeted appropriately. So let's learn a little bit about Instagram. By the way, just a quick question. How many people are learning something so far? Or is this all old news to you? Okay, people saying, yep, good stuff, great stuff, learning. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to use Instagram, so stick with me. All new stuff, love it, awesome. Here we go. What is Instagram? The word comes from Insta and Telegram. Okay, now I don't know when the last time you sent a telegram. I certainly haven't sent a telegram in more than 20 years. I can't even remember the last time I sent telegrams, but it certainly has been a long, long time. In this age of instant messaging, like Telegram, yeah, right. But that's where Instagram came from. It's a fun and a fast way to share with your followers. The reason it's so successful is that it makes businesses real. Customers come to know, like, and trust you. And when they make a connection with your company, it translates into sales. Now, Instagram is a free mobile application for Apple and Android and BlackBerry. That means it is primarily mobile based. And I will tell you that virtually all uses of Instagram are via mobile. Okay? There are apps that are constantly being approved upon. We'll talk about, there are other apps that you can use that make Instagram easier. There are desktop apps. There are even ways of using Instagram from your desktop. But the easiest and most reliable way of using Instagram is from your mobile device. Now, a couple of warnings. Instagram is really meant to be used from smartphones and tablets. There are workarounds for desktops, but they're just not reliable. You must set up your account correctly to use it to make money. If you do it the way they suggest, you're probably not going to be successful. You want to build targeted relationships on Instagram. You don't want to follow everybody. You want to have an account for business, and you want to follow people who specifically are going to be interested in your business. You, this is not like um, this is not like Twitter used to be, where it's just numbers of followers. This is about building the right kind of relationships. Now, when you open your Instagram app, don't sign up for the account until you know what the right way to do it. You're going to see some buttons. The first is the feed. That's your home icon. It includes images uploaded by people you are following. You will appear on their home icon when they follow you. Explore. Now, this shows you posts from people that you don't follow. So you can find interesting people to follow, but if you're using it for business, then you can use Explore to target people to follow. Share. This is where you create your own Instagram. It opens up your camera, you take pictures, they're on Instagram. Instagram also gives you the option to upload your own photos. Instagram gives you 20 filters and customization tools so that you can make your photos stand out on Instagram. News shows you updates to your own account. You can see who's following you, who's followed you back. You can see and everything that you need to run your business there. And then your account. And this is where you edit your profile, and that's super important because it's your profile and your profile done correctly that's going to be what makes you the money. Now, when you connect on Instagram, your profile is the most valuable piece of real estate on Instagram. Instagram marketing is more subtle. It's not in your face. What has to happen is someone is intrigued by you, the relationship with you, and then they check you out. And when they check you out, they get to come to their URL. So people have to seek out who you are, but when they do, they're also highly motivated. On your profile is where you add your URL for your website or for your affiliate offer. And as long as it's legal, you can use Instagram to sell it. Now, people always ask me, can this be used for network marketing? Can this be used for MLM? And the answer is for Instagram, absolutely it can. Absolutely it can. The answer is yes. In fact, I personally know someone who is in network marketing, and they are making $80K a month from Instagram with zero marketing spend. Zero marketing spend. Okay? So this is absolutely killer possibilities that, for example, Facebook hates network marketing. Facebook hates MLMs, but Instagram doesn't. It's all part of the turf because of the subtle marketing. And you can build a relationship with the people on Instagram, and they will come to you and they will buy, and they will very happily take what you are offering and buy it. So I'm going to give you some tips now on how to crush it on Instagram. Can everybody hear me? Checking in. People saying yes, sounds good. Okay. So those of you who are saying that there are difficulties, like reset, maybe log off, log on, but most people are telling me, yes, they can hear me. So here we go. Someone said we had to log out and log back on. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. So we're going to talk about how to crush it on Instagram. First, you want to design a powerful bio that makes people want to get to know you. Hint, know the keywords to reach them. Next, know the right hashtags for your ideal followers. Use custom hashtags for your business. Like, comment, and engage. Interact with others and they will interact with you. Be genuine. Now, everybody knows what I mean by being genuine. Like, I have people, and I suspect that there are bots now reacting on one of my Facebook pages, and the comments that they make just, it leads me to suspect that it isn't a human. It is rather a human. It is it is someone else. So it's a kind of machine. The bottom line is be genuine, be consistent. You should post on a regular basis. Daily posts will grow your business fast, and there are tools that you can use that for posting that will help your business grow with very little effort. You should use high visual standards for your photos. More Instagram tips. You should be human and real. People want to connect with you. If you have a local business, you can geotag your posts. This is the best way for people to find you. If you don't have a local business, obviously you don't want to do that so people don't walk to your house. Form partnerships for giveaways. Contests and giveaways can help you grow your list at lightning speed. I can tell you that contests and giveaways just really work well on Instagram. Always use a call to action. Tell people what you want them to do. Tell them to like, leave a comment, or tag a friend. Now, we know that over time on Facebook, you had to stop telling people to like, share, or comment. But on Instagram, that is still the currency of the day, and you are allowed to do that. Send direct messages to people you have established relationships with. Keep people engaged with you. If you've gone back and forth with them a couple of times, you can let them know if you have a special, and you can let them know that you have something for sale. Again, the people that you have a relationship probably will already have checked you out because they are interested in you. So this is about getting started on Instagram. Now, Instagram, for most people, the biggest problem with Instagram is that they are not selective about what they post. They post too much junk. Now, curation got the Dogington post to the top of Google and the top of the field. What does curation mean? Curation is a very simple term that means selection. We select what goes into the Dogington post very carefully. Our readers know if it's dog news, we're going to carry it. They don't have to worry about missing important dog news. Now, we receive dozens of press releases every day. We never carry them because it's almost never important news. And people write to us and say, how come you never carry our press releases? And it's invariably because a product announcement is not important for our people. It's important for you, but it's not important for us. And our people aren't coming to us for product announcements. So you have a new leash that glows in the dark or plays the Star Spangled Banner whenever your dog pees. That's very nice, but it's not important. So when you curate everybody knows they can rely on you for solid information. Oh, by the way, if I didn't mention, there's a 7-figure offer out there for the Dogington Post, but it's not enough. Curation works on Instagram too. So your followers value your content and know what to expect. So when you combine the power of Instagram and the power of curation, you have exponential growth factors that let you reach people quickly, let you target them, and and engage with them, and people will seek you out to buy. Now, I'm introducing a program called Instacuration. It's a 6-week course telling you how to sell on Instagram. And I promise you, you don't need to have a single butt picture to post. I'm going to show you the correct way to open an account on Instagram. It's not what you think. And somebody already said, yeah, Harlan, I opened up an account, but I can't see using it for business. I'll show you what to do the right way. It is entirely legal to have multiple accounts on Instagram, but you can't do it the way that Instagram wants you to do it. You have to use the back door. How to set up your profile so that it sells. What to write in your company bio that makes people want to get to know you. What you should post and what you should say about your posts. How to target people to follow on Instagram. This is absolutely crucial. Remember, we only want to deal with people who want to buy. We don't want to have a cluttered niche. More about Instacuration, discovering the right people, and making connections with them. Building your brand on Instagram with power hashtags. And hashtags are what help you find followers, build a following, and sell. And knowing the secret to hashtags is really what's important. How to sell on Instagram, making sure to sell without being in people's faces. Partnerships, reaching out to someone exactly like you on Instagram and joining forces so that both of you get more followers, both of you grow your lists, and both of you make more money. Getting the right photos that will help you sell. The secret almost no one is using, that's perfectly legal, that makes Instagram 100 times more powerful than if you don't use it. And the Facebook-Instagram connection. Normally, Facebook doesn't like it when you post to it from other social media. So if you post from Twitter and your posts automatically go to Facebook, Facebook doesn't like that very much, and it doesn't show them very often. Facebook doesn't like when people use tools to post. But when you post on Instagram and you post to Facebook, Facebook loves it. And the reason why they love it is because Facebook owns Instagram. They saw the potential and they spent a hell of a lot of money. Was it $100 million to or more to I'm sure I'll get a beep with how much they spent, but they spent almost half. When they were going public, they wanted Instagram so much they spent half the money they had in the bank to buy Instagram because they believed in it. Now that Facebook owns Instagram, they are under pressure from Wall Street to monetize it. Instagram hasn't been monetized. So now Instagram just opened for advertising, but only to people who have a Facebook API account. And that means only the biggest agencies have that ability now. But in just a couple of months, Facebook is opening advertising on Instagram, and it's going to be like the gold rush all over again. If you are ready and you have followers on Instagram, in time for the Christmas season, Facebook is going to be turn into Santa Claus and make sure you have a very Merry Christmas. And there's much more, all about social selling, apps that make Instagram rock, the Hootsuite sweet spot for you, building your tribe, and of course, a Facebook group for discussion so you can follow and support one another. And a special bonus, I'll teach you about advertising on Instagram as soon as it's available. And I expect this sometime this fall. So we'll have our course, you'll get to grow your tribe, and then as soon as Instagram opens up for advertising, I'll show you about that too. But in the meantime, you'll be able to grow your following, you'll be able to deepen relationships, you'll be able to sell and make money without spending a dime using Instacuration. So I invite you to join Instacuration now. There are two ways to join. You could save $101 with paid in full. It's $499. Or you can make two payments of $300. The course starts next week after Labor Day. Go over to kilstein.com/IC. The letter I, the letter C, short form for Instacuration. Go over there right now and see all of the facts that are posted about Instagram. It will literally blow you away when you take a look at all the information that's on that page. Go over there right now, get involved, get on Instacuration, and we're going to take for, Mark says it was $1 billion. Go ahead and go over there, and we're going to take questions about Instacuration. Is this appropriate for someone starting a massage business? Yes, absolutely. Heck yes, absolutely. Okay, Glenna, are there any questions coming in?
Sab has asked, what about affiliate marketing?
Absolutely. You can do affiliate marketing.
Roy's asking, can you do this without a smartphone?
It's going to be more difficult, but yes.
Okay, and Oz is asking, how can this work for a local SEO consultancy?
By building relationships with local businesses.
And would it work for selling books?
It will work for selling anything.
And, Robert's asking if you could repeat the dates and the times.
It starts next week. We haven't picked a date.
Okay.
How would you go about marketing e-commerce in the jewelry niche? By building relationships with people who are in that niche, followers of other jewelry companies in a similar niche, and then getting them to follow you. Will you teach how to do affiliate marketing on Instagram? Yes, we will.
Okay, and Renee's asking, we will have to learn how to post articles. Do you show how to sell coaching?
No, it's not about articles on Instagram. It's mostly about photos. People are asking about, will this help in other programs? Well, for example, if you're in 6 and 6, it's pretty easy to find breeds that you want to reach. I can't think of a breed that you can't find.
Okay, and Dan's asking, will we be able to advertise on Instagram even if our Facebook advertising account is banned?
I can't imagine that that it's a problem. I cannot imagine. I can't speak, whatever. I just absolutely cannot imagine that one would have anything.
Okay, and Brent's asking, how long is the offer open for?
Well, we're going to be going to start next week, so it will be open through the weekend.
Okay, and Dwayne's asking, how involved will this course be? How much time per week would it take to be successful?
Um, Posting to Instagram should take you, when you know what you're doing, 5 minutes a day.
Okay, and Holly's asking, if you're marketing to boomer women, do you think enough of them are on Instagram?
Okay, so that's a really good question. That's an absolutely good question. And it goes like this. Number one is there are boomer women that are on there. There's no question that Instagram is aimed lower on the totem pole, but it's the same way with every single social media, that it starts out with younger people, college age people, and then it creeps up. If you think back to Facebook, Facebook started as Facebook's um, on a local level for colleges. Remember the movie, about Mark Zuckerberg, where he built Facebook as a way to pick up girls at Harvard. Um, and boy, I bet those girls who were picked up are sorry they dumped him. But the bottom line is Facebook grew from a college level audience to now there are people up to it, basically up to age 65. So everyone is going to be on Instagram. The question is whether you want to wait 6 years, um, or get started now and build a following so that you stand out.
Okay, and Darcy's asking, what kind of comments would you include with a typical picture that you'd post?
That's a really good question, and I'm going to go into great detail and show you examples in the course. I just wouldn't be able to do it justice. The comments that you want to post are going to be enough information so that people in your niche want to check out more about your photo without it being in your face.
Okay, and Dwayne's asking, how long is the course? How many weeks?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Can this enhance Facebook marketing? Yes, absolutely. And that's going to be one of the segments of the course of how they do this. Many of you, most of you, already have Facebook pages, and you already have an endless source of photos that you will be able to post. But there's much, much more to it, and you will be able to do this. We will meet once a week for 6 weeks, yes. Is there a cap for how many people who are allowed to participate? I haven't thought of setting a cap. I plan on, opening this to Labor Day and then getting started. So if you're aboard by then, fantastic. How much time starting up? Not much. I mean, getting started, following people, you could have a nice following in about 2 weeks. So, for example, if you're still in the niche of that you were Doc, and targeting the young people, those people are on Facebook already. On Instagram, your target market is already there. How would I use this to sell my copy services? Um, you know, I'm not convinced that would be my choice to sell my copy services on Instagram. I would be doing some research. I'm not saying that it can't be done. I just haven't done the research to give you a full answer, and I want to be 100% honest about that. Will the curation aspect be useful for professional societies? Yes. People will respect you because you have curated posts. That means that what you want to do is, you know, a lot of people have multiple Facebook accounts, and it gets them into trouble. So, they're keeping their personal versus their business, and then people are breaking the rules by having multiple accounts. The bottom line here is that um, the bottom line here is that we want to have an account that we use for one purpose and make that a curated account. And Vicky says, it seems it's more worthwhile now ahead of the holidays. Yeah, heck yes. This is the time. This is the time. Would you post on Instagram and use the same picture post on a blog and Facebook? Yes, absolutely. Wayne says, I've downloaded 700 top quality photos last week to use my Facebook website and business. Yeah, you can use them. My smartphone can't load Instagram. Gee, what kind of a smartphone do you have? Doesn't seem like it's very smart, Brent. Is there a way to set up Instagram efficiently on a PC? Actually, there are a bunch of different ways. I can point you in the right direction. I know people hate Windows 10, but if you have a PC and you have Windows 10, it seems like that is a really good way to run Instagram on your PC. Will this work for T-shirts on the Teespring program? Yes, there are a lot of people doing this for T-shirts already.
And what types of niches work really well with Instagram?
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you there.
I was saying, what types of niches work really well?
What types of niches work really well? I can't think. I'm going to think the reverse. I can't think of niches that, especially that are B to C, reaching out to consumers. I can't think of niches that wouldn't work well.
And could it be marketed as a marketing tool to local businesses?
Oh, heck yes. That's how my gym doubled its business. No question about it.
Okay, and Patsy was asking if you could explain quickly again what curation is.
Curation means selecting the best of the best so that people know that they can expect only really good stuff from you.
Okay, and I think we made it through the questions. That looks like that was it.
Okay. Let me just go over what you get when you join, what we're going to cover, it's a 6-week course teaching you how to sell on Instagram. We're going to show you the correct way to open an account on Instagram, and people have already told me they've made the mistake. How to set up your profile for selling purposes, what to write in your company bio, what you should post, what you should say about your posts, how to target people to follow on Instagram. We're going to talk about discovering people and making connections. We're going to talk about building your brand on Instagram with power hashtags. We're going to talk about selling on Instagram. We're going to talk about power partnerships. We're going to talk about getting the right photos to sell. And I'm going to share with you the secret that almost no one is using that makes Instagram 100 times more powerful. Plus, we're going to talk about the Facebook Instagram connection, social selling, apps that make Instagram rock, the Hootsuite sweet spot, building your tribe, the Facebook group for discussion so you can follow and support each other, and special bonus advertising on Instagram when it's available. Now, you want to get aboard Kilstein.com/IC, because when the doors close on this on Labor Day, then you'll be missing out on stuff. And if I do open up, and many of my programs I don't open up, if I do open up, you'll be behind. But really, I've been told by people that this is the time, and I am busy as a beaver putting in time building inventory of jewelry to sell in my dog jewelry program, for the 6 and 6 program, for the Selling to Venus program, building up the inventory because I know this stuff is going to move, and this is the time. So if you want to see Instagram turn into Insta Santa, go ahead and join me at Kilstein.com/IC. You will be having two of the most powerful trends on the internet. Instagram and curation combined together make exponential power. Any last questions come in, Glenna, because I want to make sure that I answer them.
Well, I think I missed Alice's question. She's asking, did you see my question? So apparently not, Alice. Ask it again. Other than that, just a few people saying that they signed up and they're ready to go.
Yeah, I see that lots of people have signed up. Let me take a look. Can't always tell. Michael and Karen. And here's someone name I can't tell the name from. I am Yoda. Okay, Yoda. There we go.
Okay, there it is. Alice was asking, will this work for surgical serenity?
Yes, Lee. I'm just going through the people who have joined, acknowledging them. Mark, Dr. Mark, Jane, Michael, Sherry, and Kevin. And I think that there are more coming in that I missed. Will this work for surgical serenity? And the answer is yes. Alice, by the way, I had an operation, and Alice was so kind to send me this device that she had, and I put it on, and as soon as I put it on and was listening to the music, I felt better. And I was actually, that was the day that I was able to go off narcotics and cut them, because the narcotics were making me sick. When I got that and I put Alice's thing on, it made me feel better. So yeah, I'm a believer in it, and that'd certainly be my honor to help you sell it. Okay. And I'm not sure that following hospitals is would be the best thing, but we'll talk about it when we get going. In any event, thank you for sending that. It was very kind of you. All right, everybody, if you guys learned something tonight and you want to learn more, join me in Instacuration Now. That's Kilstein.com/IC. I can promise you, you are going to rock Instagram in a very short period of time. All right, everybody, take care, and thank you, Glenna. Bye, everybody.
Yep, thanks. Bye.